Just a fun fact, I used to actually write fanfiction back when I was like 15. And I never thought that my games would actually get fanfiction too. But here we go, and here we're going to read them. I want to know what is going on. Okay, the first one has only one chapter. Our souls intervened. Okay, let's read this. Vivian shivered. The coldness attacked him from all sides. Hands gripping in the pillowcase he said was untightly. He was cold. The air conditioner valve was still empty and clearing wasn't helping. Hugo didn't have a heater in his room, so it would be even harder to warm up. Even though he had a blanket, two actually, piled on top of him, he still felt like he was freezing. This is so relatable. His own cluttered room often kept him rockily cold, except the days where the temper really did sneak in after his mom forgot to pay the electricity. A common occurrence with the hair. Those days always sucked. This is canon now. Hugo was in similar state behind him, their backs facing each other. Hugo was in similar state behind him. Their backs facing each other, even being able to feel him shiver. Shook the bed some. Oh wait, are they cuddling? Are they cuddling? This is so cute. Hugo often had violent shivers, especially when he was in pain. No matter how tiny the injury was, more specifically when he was touched. He most of the time wondered why he even blinked so much. Why he been blinking so much in these recent days. And arm wrapping around his chest so under his arms brought him out of his thoughts, a hand laid against his chest. A warm weight he loved. A steady callous finger made it obvious that it was Hugo him. If the answer wasn't obvious enough by the fact that Hugo's body pressed against his back, the only place he would be, Vivian immediately felt warmed up. He was quick to melt into his body behind him, hearing Hugo let out a sigh of content. A feeling bubbled up in his chest at how adorable his boyfriend sounded. He was lucky that one of the rarest that his mother actually let him stay over, as long as she thought he and Hugo were friends, and friends only. Everything would be fine. After another much calmer shiver, Vivian decided that Hugo wasn't enough. He wanted to leave even more into Hugo, but he couldn't do it in a position he was in. He pulled his arm close to his body, trapped Hugo once to tell him he was about to do something, and quickly turned to face his boyfriend. Hugo stared down at him with half-lidded eyes, crowdiness visible in his expression. Vivian smiled up at him, then more warm, probably feeling crown in his body. He loved his boyfriend. He looked so cute above him, black hair dust and the small sun blowing in his arms as they cooled. Vivian got a smiley party there. Smiled back from Hugo. He immediately went to bury his face into his boyfriend's chest, hands wrapping around Hugo's midsection. He felt his boyfriend's leg jump in surprise before he felt a hand wrapping around his head, the others leaning on top of his shoulder. Vivian was quickly to intervene the legs before letting him fall into the lull of focused breathing, falling into a sleep. Thank you for reading, at least for posting fluff. To writing this with two kids loved him so much, hope you enjoyed. I do recommend you check. Welp, time to get to another one. The next one is Do I Deserve This Paradise? I'm going to take a drink for a bit. It was just a normal day for everybody else in the world, right? Well, of course it was. For the most part, but unfortunately for Vivian, the same couldn't say the same. He stared into the mirror of his bathroom, looking at his face in absolute disgust. God, how could someone love like me? It took the sentence ringing in his mind over and over, repeatedly suspending in his head. Vivian would look down at his gloved wrist. Maybe you deserve pain, Vivian. A small voice popped up in the back of Vivian's head. He will try it. Oh wait, this voice is me. He wouldn't try to say that it wasn't true. That it wasn't that Hugo would want for him. But God, it was the blade in the raven right in front of him. Wait, I got kind of lost. Where was I stuck reading again? That isn't what Hugo would want for him, but God, it was the blade in the raven right in front of him, as if it was teasing him. He will just let out a sigh. Before he knew it, he was burying his face in his hands, holding the blade. He will suddenly just smile as he lifted his head, removing one of his claws, before he's just inserting the blade into his skin before moving it side to side. Did he cut himself? I think he did. Ouch. It hurt, didn't it? But after all, that's what deserved. He wouldn't let out a laugh. A small laugh, just remembering just how pathetic he was. Oh, but remembering how pathetic he was didn't stop him. Oh, only it encouraged him, just making him cut into his skin more maniacally, almost as he deprived of it, as he lived off of it. He will smile as he watched as the blood fall down his wrists, down the spell of. It was fascinating to him. Is the writer of it okay? Like, the person who wrote it, is he okay? Because I'm kind of concerned for him now. Or them. But how he hated being like this. He didn't want to rely on hurting himself, but it was just like a need of him, as he wouldn't live without it. Tears were at the surface of his eyes, but not daring to spill over. Vivian has just sides covering the cuts back up with his gloves, putting the blade back in the drawer it had previously remained in. Don't you want to actually wash the blood off it? He had just cleaned up and left. Viv, what took you so damn long? It was Vivian's mom. Wait, let me do my Vivian's mom expression. Vivian, what took you so damn long? It was Vivian's mom, the woman he cared for, but he never received any care back. He had just sighed before saying, it was nothing. He would say looking down, not daring to face that woman. Whatever! I never understand you kids! The woman would reply, seemingly annoyed. Vivian had just went to his room holding his knees to his chest as he sat in the corner of his bed. Then suddenly his phone went off. He had turned it over to face him. The cracked screen facing towards him as he picked up the light from the screen light up in the room. Who was it from? Hugo, of course. Vivian's face lifted up from seeing him text him, of course. Hey love, just wondering if you're able to come over for the night. If not, that's fine too. Hugo will not text like that! Okay, Vivian will text like that, but Hugo will not text. He will never use this holy miscalculation. But well, it's a fanfic. It's a fanfiction. What can you say? Vivian had quickly gathered his composure. He had gotten up, his feet hitting the cold floor. His long strides quickly reached the door as he reached for the knob as he returned it. Then opened the door. He had quickly went over to his kitchen, where his mom usually went. Hey mom, he would begin out in front. What do you want? Would it be okay if I go to Hugo's for the night? Vivian was hoping that she would do. Oh, that friends you always fit, so I don't see a problem with it. Vivian nodded before leaving to his room to grab his stuff before heading for the door. He had opened the door, the cold breeze hitting his skin and hair as he walked to Hugo's house. He had approached the porch before quickly knocking on the door. Hugo opened the door, gently smiling per usual, seeming really happy to see Vivian actually. He had moved aside to allow Vivian inside. Ah, you didn't have to hug, Vivian said, gently smiling. Pfft. Oh, please, it's only fair if you get the princess treatment. Someone put Vivian in a princess dress right now. Someone, please do this. This is amazing. Hugo will choke as he will playfully nudge Vivian's shoulder. I accidentally scrolled. Vivian repeated as he looked at Hugo before both of them had burst out laughing. Though soon enough they had finished their burst of laughter and had ended up in the kitchen. Ah, Viv, have you eaten yet? Have you eaten yet? Why does it sound so Russian? Have you eaten yet? Knowing Vivian eating habits weren't the best. Knowing Vivian eating habits were the best. Oh no, but you don't have to make me anything. Vivian would deny, not wanting to make Hugo worry, but it seemed it was already too late for that, as Hugo already seemed slightly concerned. No, it's fine. I can choose 3 head or leftovers from a tin a few days ago. He will take a bowl out of the fridge and sticking it into the microwave before starting it for a minute or 2. Thank you, Hux, Vivian said with a gentle smile. As he looked up at Hugo, which made Hugo's cheeks brush with red, but he pretended it didn't happen. Soon enough, the microwave will ring, signaling soup being done. Hugo will cry it before giving it to Vivian. Hugo will smile as he watched Vivian eat, refusing to leave him alone, just for even a second. Though soon. How long is this fanfiction? Because it's very long for a one chapter. Though soon enough Vivian had finished eating, Hugo grabbed the bowl he was using and had to put it in the sink. Thank you, that was quite delicious actually, Vivian said thankfully as he looked at Hugo. Anytime, my dear. He will not say that. The other boy will say curiously looked at me. Movie night? Hugo will ask, knowing how Vivian loved this. Is that even a question at this point? Vivian would reply playfully as he smiled at Hugo. Oh, fair, you got me there. Hugo will reply with light chuckle. Hugo will gently take Vivian's hand, holding him out of the kitchen and into his own room, where the TV was. His gaze followed Vivian as the blue-haired boy climbed into his bed. Hugo will quickly follow after, but once he got up next to Vivian, he had noticed Vivian looked nervous, like much nervous than normal. Viv, what's wrong? You can tell me, it's okay, he will say, his words gentle and reassuring. Ah, it's nothing, don't worry, Hux. Vivian will reply. Gently smiling as he looked at Hugo too, Hugo could tell something was off. Vivian, don't be like that. Come on, please, Hugo will say, gently putting the hand on Vivian's shoulder. A confident hand to show that he would always be there, through it Vivian, to show he'd never be alone. Fine, the blue-haired boy would reply with a sigh. I showed Hugo, taking off his glove to reveal many deep scars that he present. Taking off his gloves to reveal many deep stains in recent, some still red with dried up blood that hadn't properly cleaned up. Oh, my poor baby boy, do you want to talk about it? He will not say that! The other boy would ask. He gently held Vivian close. He had looked over Vivian, his eyes full of pity and adoration. No, please, just hold me. Vivian will move as he held tightly on Hugo's body as if he would disappear at any given moment. Of course, my dear, but please, next time before you do something like this, at least just talk to me, okay? That's all I ask. Anytime you need something off your chest, I'll be here, right now and forever. Yeah, before you hit him with the car, you piece of shit. The other boy would say as his hand would mildly push through Vivian's. So you just forgot Hugo's name and you just refer to him as other boy. Okay. The other boy will gently lean into his thoughts as if cat seeking for at the care of its owner. Did you just call Vivian a cat? I can see it. He was briskly buried into Hugo's chest. Thank you, Hux. I will try to at very least for us. The boy will say as he wrapped his arm around Hugo's waist as he lay down on top of him. Soon enough, minutes turned into hours of the two of them laying like that. The both of them had lost track of time as they were each lost in comfort of the other embraced. Soon enough, it was midnight. Next thing, the two boys knew their eyes were slowly closing as the two of them they're being pulled in the depths of sleep, yet still in the other's embrace. This is a very long fanfiction. I very hate Hugo's characterization here, but well, it's just my opinion. And it's just a fanfiction. This is not fluff. This is just cutesy alpha male Hugo and his little twink boy Vivian. This is the best way I can describe this fanfiction. Well, let's get to the next one. Underage checks. Schedule shows to archive warnings. Well, you know what I said. Censorship kills creativity. I'm going to read this against my own will. I do this just for the video, right? Jag vet jag enjoyar nya rav. This sounds like something that would be Sylv's username. Anyways. Well, I'm not reading all that. I thought that the last one was... I'm not reading all that. What the fuck? What was this kid on when he wrote all of this? How? I'm going to take a text to speech for this. I'm not going to read all of it on my own. This is a good one. Sorry, I dreamed that I killed you and your friends and your family and your goldfish that I never met because it doesn't. I promise I didn't mean anything about my feelings towards you. I love you so much that I never kill you or a goldfish. Well, I definitely rather this one over the other thing you write, Nian, enjoy love, whatever your username is. I probably definitely prefer that. Please don't be 1,000 page longs like your other work. Phew. Why does the fanfiction that I want to read have to be in Spanish? Well, this is it, folks. Tell me if you want I actually get my cuts together and try to read the other fanfiction, this Neon Rav. I was just going to call him Neon Rav, but Neon Rav wrote. Would you like me to read next? If I do part 2 of this video, would you like me to finally read his fanfictions? I probably will do it someday. Also, sorry that my mouth does not really move. I don't know why it doesn't really wanna move. I think there is a problem with my mouth tracking thingy. But well, goodbye. See you guys next time. Bye bye.